Algebra 2, hopefully you will understand this video because it's not cut and dry. You have to be a little creative to do this. So I'm going to go through the first few slides of this. There's 23. What the object here is to get this purple ball. It's going to be released, launch. You click launch, and it's going to go along whatever path that you create. And you're trying to knock out those stars, okay? And you're going to be making equations that make these little red lines, basically. So after you figure it out for how to go through all those stars, you'll click next. And so here you have an equation editor over here that you're able to adjust to make this blue curve to guide it so that when you release that purple balls, that they go through all these stars, all 4 stars. So for this one, it's opening up because this 0.1 here is positive. But I can change it. If I make it negative, it'll open down. I could also, I could adjust this number. If I make it a 4, it's going to move more to the right because we're subtracting more. And when you subtract on the inside, it moves it right. So I'm going to put it back to where it was on the 2. You could also adjust this 8 if you wanted to. So make it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. But this is what I want. So once you have it like you like it, hit launch. And it's going to cut through all those stars. And success. That's what you're looking for. Click next here. All right. The reset. This is going to be really handy because if you're making so many adjustments, I'll show you here next. If you're making too many adjustments and then you kind of get lost on it. Let's say you're trying to figure this out and you're playing with this and it's not working out, and you're playing with this and it's not working out. See, now you don't even see a graph here. It's kind of wild looking. What you can do is you can reset the page by going to settings and reset. There you go. And it kind of picks it up. It resets it to what the original was. Okay, so I'm going to try to actually solve this one in real time. It took me a while to solve it earlier, but all right, so you got your regular function here, and you can adjust the pieces here. So if you make this number negative, it's going to open down. If you make it smaller, like 1, all right, it's kind of open flatter. If you make it a fraction or a decimal, between 0 and 1, so like 0.3. You see how it opens flatter there, 0.1. It opens way flatter. You can make it 0.01 and open really flat. I think what I did was I made it open kind of flat. And I think I raised it up a little bit. So like raised it to like maybe 3. Maybe I didn't do that. So I'll have to play around with this probably and then show you the solution. Here, I'm going to reset it. Okay, reset. And then let me show you what this does. So at the very end, so you have your function, whatever it is that you're graphing, and then these curly braces, it's basically limiting the domain. So it says all numbers less than 5. So this thing, it only graphs the quadratic for all x values before 5, smaller than 5. So if I make this a 6, it shows you more of the graph over here. Or if I make it 7. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and try to figure this out and then show you the solution. All right, I'm going to reset this and try to show you what I did. I changed all of these numbers and I just made it work is what I did. And that's okay, as long as you can figure out how to adjust all this so that it works. So what I did was I made this a 0.5. Okay, you can see now the purple dot is actually able to get in there. Actually, I think I see a simpler way to do this. So I made that a 0.5, and I'm going to make this, instead of going from 5 backwards, let's make it 6 backwards. Yeah, this is actually a lot simpler than what I was doing. All right, I'll launch it. And it's going to hit all 3 of those stars. Okay. Let's look at the next one here. All right, so the purple dot's here, and we're trying to get this section over here. So it looks like it's opening down is what I need to do. So I'm going to flip this thing upside down, make it open down. And I want to move this vertex. I'd like to move that vertex so it was about right here. Ooh, actually, that's the problem. That will be a problem because whenever it opens down right there, the purple ball is just going to drop and it's going to completely not go this way. It's going to miss that all. So let me pause and figure it out. All right, so I actually kind of cheated a little. I went down here to sample responses for mine and kind of looked down here. But so what I played with, if you adjust this number, so if I make it a 3 or a 4 or a 5, you see how it just keeps going up. Or if I make it negative, -1, -2. The problem with these is that the purple ball is just going to pass right by it. It's not going to adjust it at all. So that is not the number I need to change. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this parabola. We're going to move the quadratic further to the right. So make that like a 5, 6. Okay, I see. So it's kind of cutting off because the domain is all numbers less than 4.5. So let's change this to be all numbers less than 8. That way it moves that way it shows more the graph over here. And now I'll make this like a 6 or 7. All right, let me try 6 first because I know the answer is 7 down here. But if I hit launch, so it doesn't go high enough to actually shoot them off there. But if I change that to a 7, okay, it's going to kind of ramp off this thing. Launch. Okay, they shoot up and they hit all the stars. It's not easy. You really have to play with it a lot. I did figure it out without the sample responses earlier, but I don't remember what I did to do that. So, all right, change one number in the row to fix the marble slide. All right, so I actually did figure this one out without the sample responses. There's actually not even a sample response down here. Okay, so yeah, I obviously did. So the number I changed was this domain one here. So instead of it, I just kind of played with it. If I made this like a 4, see how it ramps up more? But this is going to be too much because it won't even get outside of the parabola. So I tried it with a 3. And this one was a little short when I launched it. Oh, actually, nope, it's not short. It worked. I think the one I used was a 3.1. I launched it, and it barely worked. There, it gets it on the last marble, I think. Oh, nope. Maybe it was a 3.2 that I used. Anyway, that's what's fun about it. You can kind of play with it and see which one works. Oh, wow. So a 3 obviously works on this one. Now, I don't know if you can do it adjusting these other two, but I know it works if you adjust this one.